Today, we witnessed XRP reclaiming strength above $2.60 following momentum gains over the past 48 hours. After trading between $2.33 and $2.35, XRP appears poised to challenge the $2.40 resistance level. Crucially, the heaviest volume driving this move comes from Upbit, South Korea's dominant exchange, a sign that institutional flows or strategic accumulation is fueling the rally. Meanwhile, XLM is outperforming with a 6% gain and trades near 27 cents, while HBAR is up nearly 5%, reaching $0.165. Velo has surged over 10%, even though it's not shown on the main screen right now. This demonstrates a rising tide lifting not just XRP, but other ISO 20022 aligned tokens. One standout announcement today came from Emirates Airlines. The UAE's flagship airline will begin accepting Bitcoin, XRP, and other cryptocurrencies for flight payments. Imagine booking a ticket to Dubai using XRP. Payment adoption of that scale with a major airline adds real-world validation. When global institutions and brands begin integrating crypto as an accepted form of payment, it signals that blockchain is no longer fringe. It's fast becoming mainstream, that Bitcoin's dominance is declining. This rotation of capital into altcoins is unlock point number one for a broader rally beyond BTC. Bitcoin has struggled to break $110,000, while altcoins like Ethereum and XRP have been accumulating strength. Weekly charts show Ethereum rallying 6.6%, while other alt tokens outperform BTC significantly. That's exactly the setup needed for an alt season breakout on the regulatory front. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is scheduled to testify before the U.S. Senate today at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. He will advocate for the U.S. to adopt a clear regulatory framework that supports innovation while protecting consumers. Noticeably absent from the lineup are representatives from Coinbase, Circle, or MicroStrategy. Ripple is front and center because their narrative is regulatory compliance interwoven with blockchain infrastructure readiness. Their involvement signals not just support for crypto, but for utility-driven infrastructure like XRP Ledger. If the U.S. passes legislation that brings tax relief, particularly near 0% capital gains for institutional crypto investments, that could be the regulatory opening that triggers a flood of capital. Combine that with progress on trade policy. If Trump finalizes new agreements by August as promised, the market may see a powerful bid. Adding intrigue, a leaked internal Goldman Sachs email from January 2021 referenced an estimated price of $260.56 for XRP once volume and market structure supported. The note emphasized a combined ledger system and real-time price discovery. That aligns eerily well with the current ISO 20022 momentum and tokenization wave, though the email remains unconfirmed. Still, it highlights the theoretical valuation potential recognized by major financial institutions. The convergence of major adoption announcements, like Emirates accepting crypto, rising trading volume from Upbit, upcoming regulatory clarity from the Senate, macro momentum in altcoins, and tokenization frameworks such as ISO 20022 is not random. It's the infrastructure playbook being deployed live. Positioning ahead matters. XRP isn't the top mover yet, but the case for its utility and compliance is clearer than ever. Institutional support is flowing, real-world corporate adoption is accelerating, fiat payment rails are integrating, and new entrants are tokenizing real-world assets, with XRP unsurprisingly central in many proposals. This is not a pump and dump cycle. This is the early phase of a structural shift in finance. XRP is quietly building the rails while systems come online. When regulatory clarity, corporate adoption, and macro momentum finally align, many who hesitate may be left watching from the sidelines. Today's question isn't whether XRP will hit $2.40 or $3.40. That's the probable path ahead. The bigger question is whether you missed it or got on board early. The infrastructure is building, and XRP is firmly in the frame.